There are two ways that we can navigate back down to the soup screen that we originally set up. We can click the soup button while we're in the run mode. So if we click soup, then we'll display this submenu for soup. We can also click in the menu tree to move around in the menu. So in this example, food menu is the top menu, so I can click that in the menu tree and we go back up to the top. Then I can click the soup menu and we'll go down to that soup menu level. Press F9 to go back to the design mode. Now let's edit the baked potato soup button to assign the product code. Drop down the product list and we'll find baked potato soup cup. We also need to edit the caption. So it will fit on the button and click Save. Next, let's set up a submenu button for the bowl size of baked potato soup. Click the submenu button on the component palette and drop this button on the screen. Enter the caption. And select our product code. The bowl size of baked potato soup and click Save to save that button. Looking at the training booklet, you'll notice that baked potato soup includes 4 topping options, which are cheese, sour cream, bacon bits, and chives. So let's edit the baked potato soup cup item, and we will add these optional items to it. You press the F9 key to go to the run mode, and then click the baked potato soup cup button, and now we'll navigate down to the baked potato soup cup submenu. Looking at our menu tree, you can see where we are. You can see baked potato soup cup is highlighted in the menu tree. So we started at the food menu, then went down to the soup submenu. Now we're at the baked potato soup cup submenu below that. So next, let's press F9 to go to design mode, and we're going to add 4 different buttons to this screen to allow selection or deselection of our options, which are cheese, sour cream, bacon bits, and chives. We're introducing a new concept right now, and that is called an include button. An include button is used for items that can be normally included. Now these are typically modifier items, but some examples of things you can do with include buttons include specifying sandwich toppings, specifying components of an item on the menu, and there are a number of uses for these buttons. So let's click the include button on the component palette and drop that button here on the screen. The first item is going to be cheese. We're not going to assign a product code because this item is normally included, so we'll check this normally included checkbox here, and then it puts a cheese button on the screen. The cheese button is green, showing that it is normally included. Let's do the same thing with sour cream. Normally included. Bacon bits. Normally included. And also chives. And that one is normally included. So now you can see that we have 4 buttons on this submenu: cheese, sour cream, bacon bits, and chives, the items that are normally included on baked potato soup. The reason we have chosen to use include buttons is because when this item is ordered off the menu, we can deselect any of these items to remove them from the soup and print that modifier information on the ticket. Now what happens if a customer requests extra of any of these items, like extra cheese or extra sour cream or extra bacon bits or extra chives? We can support those options by adding additional buttons, and we'll include buttons on this screen for those options as well. Let's place the first one, extra cheese. And now this item is not normally included, so we will not check normally included. Go to extra sour cream. Extra bacon bits. And extra chives. Okay, something that I want to point out here, you may, because of the cost of cheese, charge for extra cheese on baked potato soup. You can do that by editing the extra cheese button and assigning a product code. You understand how to assign a product code to an include button, so we won't go through that example here. But now we have our complete option screen for baked potato soup in the cup size. Because we have two different sizes of baked potato soup, the bowl size and the cup size, we need to also duplicate this option screen for the baked potato bowl menu option. Now we could press F9 and then go back to the baked potato soup bowl screen and then duplicate these items on this screen, but there's an easier way. Let's go to the baked potato soup cup screen. Make sure that you're in the design mode, so press F9 to enter the design mode. Then we need to select each of these buttons. Now you'll recall that when you click a button to select it, you get these handles on corners and sides of the button. And we need to select all of these buttons so we can copy and paste the buttons onto the other baked potato soup screen. And we can select each of the buttons individually, but there is an easier way. Click in the upper left-hand corner and then drag a selection box over the top of all of these buttons. So now you'll notice that all of our buttons in both columns are now selected. If you'd prefer to select only specific buttons, you can do that by holding down the Shift key and then selecting buttons. So let's select cheese, extra sour cream, bacon bits, and extra chives. Now we can see we've only got these 4 buttons selected. So you can do a one at a time selection by clicking a button, a multiple selection by drawing a selection box around all of the buttons you want to select, or you can hold the Shift key down and select buttons one at a time. So let's select all of these buttons, and then we'll copy these buttons to the clipboard so we can put them on the baked potato bowl screen. This is done with your keyboard. Hold down the Control key. It's marked CTRL, and then press the letter C like copy. So now all of these 8 buttons have been copied to the clipboard. Let's go to the baked potato soup bowl screen and paste them. So press F9 to go to the run mode. Select our baked potato soup bowl from the menu tree, and then press F9 to enter the design mode. And now hold down the Control key and press the letter V to insert them, to paste them. So now all of our 8 buttons are now pasted on this screen. The first button, by the way, is going to be offset just a little bit because these to the Windows operating system are acting like windows. And so because Windows automatically places new windows in a cascading mode, so you can see the window that's underneath of it if there is one, you'll need to move the upper left corner button into its proper place.